There's a new Sega Genesis and Mega Drive game, and it's Metal Dragon. And this is from Kai Magazine, and this is a total homage to kind of 80s action arcade games, Desert Assault, Mercs, and games such as like Metal Gear. And if you're a fan of those types of games, or maybe you're a big action movie fan, I'm thinking like Commando, Rambo, just to name a few. This is a parody game of that era. It is made with all new parts, and the game comes with some cool things. Here's some art cards, screenshots from the intro, which I'm going to show you. And I really think they've done a good job. This is their first Sega Genesis game. Kai Magazine is known for doing lots of MSX games. Here's the manual. They recently did an Intellivision game as well, so it's really neat to see them branch out and do some different things. The link will be below where you can check out their website and see what else they are offering as well. They have a store. It's really neat to see these passion projects, come together. The insert is reversible, so you can have it display Genesis or Mega Drive, and it is €55 currently on their website. And so let's jump right in. Here's the game itself. And one thing I like is I like to watch an intro of a game before I start it. And it's set in the year 1989. So if you are 40 or over, you're going to get a lot of the references in this game as it's a nod to the era. I could think of, several movies and games that have this kind of setting. It's going for that vibe. I was definitely motivated to watch an 80s action film after playing this game, as it has, kind of that great setting it up for something that came from that time period. And this game plays well with a 3-button controller. And so, it's got simple control. You have grenade, you move around, and machine gun. And by holding the B button, you can stay in one spot. And so I think it's got some simple control. It is a single player game, and there isn't any rolling or strafing in this game. But I think that people are going to enjoy it and for what it is. And just a straight up action game, making fun of the time period. It's got some good artwork, and this is just a simple story, where you're trying to penetrate a military complex, with tons of adversaries, and you're supposed to not be detected. Yeah, right. Definitely has a nod, to, I would say, especially Rambo 2. But for sure, there's so many different references in this game. You're going to point them out. And so, yeah, it's really nice to see Sega Genesis get a new game. And there's a lot of passion and, blood, sweat, and tears into this game. Definitely has, definitely looking here like Metal Gear. But, I don't know what you've grown up with, but for me, I played lots of military-style action games like this. It seemed like they were prevalent in the arcades. They were everywhere on computers and home consoles. And so, yeah, so it's, you pick up different weapons. You have, a rifle, and you pretty much have grenades, and you can pick up ammo. There's 4 different settings. The more difficult settings will have the proper ending. So easy and normal, you will not get the proper ending. And so there's codes to continue. You can continue with those passcodes. That's a nice option for people that don't want to play it in one sitting. But yeah, you progress. You have endless waves of opponents coming. I'm playing it on normal setting just to show some progression. It's pretty gracious with your enemy bar at this level, but it does, with the other difficulty settings, it ramps up pretty fast. And so you have 1 life too. So even though you have a very gracious energy bar, you only have 1 guy. So you're not having multiple guys. To me, it definitely has the feel of Mercs, but it definitely has some homages to some other military games. On their website, they make reference to the Data East arcade game Desert Assault. I'm not too familiar with that one. That's one I didn't grow up playing, but you might have experience with that. So, what does this game remind you of? A little bit of Bloody Wolf, possibly from TurboGrafx, but definitely I'm enjoying what I've been playing so far. You have items scattered along the field where you pick up, and you can blow up things. Different settings, so different weapons, shotgun. You have a sniper rifle. You have definitely a machine gun, and so there's different weapons. Some are more beneficial in certain settings. It's pretty gracious, again, with ammo and life on normal settings. So definitely enemies just keep coming wave after wave. There's different enemies as you progress, and there are boss fights. I'm going to show you just a couple of them. It gets pretty challenging though. Definitely there's a lot of strategy of avoiding enemy fire and understanding there's jeeps and things that try to run you over. By taking some of them out, you can gain different weapons. There's the sniper rifle there. It's pretty powerful. I like the machine gun. So it changes direction and kind of goes to like a kind of a side-scrolling level here. But definitely the Sega Genesis had lots of these types of games. I think of like Rambo 3, Midnight Resistance, just to name a few. Mercs, as I mentioned before. What was your favorite? What was your favorite military game on either the Sega Genesis or otherwise? Arcade style games, Shock Troopers, thinking of Neo Geo for sure. Yeah, a lot of just, they just send wave after wave of soldiers after you, so you definitely have to power through. There's a lot of strategy of kind of just going fast, but then there is some advantages of staying back and trying to clear enemies and then progress forward. So there is it plays a little bit different than some other games that I've played, but for sure, I mean, for Kai Magazine's like first Sega Genesis game, not bad at all, for sure. So I heard about this, Kai Magazine did send this to me. I heard about it and was definitely interested on showing it on my channel. I do a lot of Sega Genesis games and coverage. I haven't done a new Sega Genesis game in a bit, so it's nice to introduce people to these aftermarket games. Here's the first boss, big old tank. So yeah, it's got a health bar and just, avoiding the shots, and there's definitely some advantages of storing up your grenades, especially taking out the bosses fairly easy. But that's one thing. If you continue, you lose all your like special guns and grenades, and you're with your standard grenade count and just your standard rifle. So that's definitely more challenging when you die and continue. So for sure, this game can be very challenging. Here's second stage or second part. Several stages. I don't know exactly how long it is, but from what I played, a lot of fun. This level is a little bit more confined, so that spread of bullets is a little bit harder. Again, you can stay stationary by holding down B, and then you can fire and stay stationary. That is an advantage. I don't do it too much here in this gameplay footage, but I got better at doing it the more I played. Levels are nice. Music is excellent. It definitely has that kind of 80s gruff feel to it, or early 90s for sure. Yeah, I like this game. It's a lot of fun to kind of a throwback to. Definitely feels like I would say an early Genesis game, and it can get challenging too. You can get pinned down by gunfire, so the strategies of kind of progressing. These turrets can be pretty annoying, and again on the normal setting, It's pretty gracious with health. And this is a pretty challenging boss here. And I want to show this. But yeah, if you want to find out more info, you can go to their website and you can pre-order it. It looks like it's going to be shipping in February. And so for €55, you can pre-order this. There's different covers if you choose to have a different cover. If you want a Mega Drive cover, US or otherwise, Euro, you can check it out. And I think they did a good job. So what do you think? In the comments below. Thank you for watching, and let's keep it positive. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and have a good day.